As always, if you are not ready to watch the entirety of this video, click off the video now. You're not forced to watch me, but if you are, watch until the end. My videos are not scripted and barely edited. Good morning, my beauty. I'm Miss Pravala. Those who know me call me MP. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, I am hereby inviting you to subscribe and to hit the bell icon so you can get notified every time I post a new video. I'm here to teach you about your sexual energy. I'm here to teach you about how to do sacred self-seduction practices in order to become your own healer and also to transform into an actual sacred woman. Sacred women are basically women who practice ancient feminine rituals. They use the power of their womb and their yoni, so their sacred intimacy, to practice white magic, the magic of the connection with divinity, always respecting the universal laws. My work is connected to divinities of the sweet waters, divinities of beauty, love, and prosperity. As we learn to honor divinity, we also understand that we honor ourselves. If you are a modern day feminist, please click off of this video. This is definitely not something that is going to speak to you. I am not a woke, that's what it's called, woke. I am not even a traditionalist. I am a spiritual woman. I understand the laws of the cosmos, and I am an initiate in occultism and mystic knowledge. This has nothing to do with your human tendencies, preferences, or what you acquaint yourself as in terms of the character you feel you need to play in the 3D. The topic of today's video, as you saw in the title, is promiscuity. And recently, very recently, I learned a new term, the term body count. It came to my attention through YouTube recommendations on my feed, and I asked my daughters. As you know, I have 2 daughters who are teenagers. Apparently it's something that is fairly known. So I'm going to speak about promiscuity from the lens of what exactly sexuality does to your body. Your body belongs to you. However, in terms of divinity, your body is a loan, a rental, which is supposed to help you maneuver in the 3D in order to complete a sacred mission. So as a woman having a womb, you are the incarnation of the cosmic mother, and your goal in life is to live life through practices that honor that knowledge and that entity that is tied to you. I have a membership which I call the spiritual membership, which basically I make videos, very casual videos, because this is knowledge that I know. This is not anything that needs to be scripted, to casually speak about topics that I am not allowed and will not talk about in a public forum on the internet, especially because the internet is full of a lot of people who are going to hear what you say, make a sauce out of it, and make a video to almost show up as an expert of that for the big majority, or people who are going to quote other people who are already wrong or who are just telling you a partial truth. All that to say, it's programming upon programming. Basically, you're playing with the mental body, and you're barely scratching the surface of this connection, this empirical experience of spirituality. So the spiritual membership that I created is really about debunking topics that are talked about in the mainstream Western arena. You're living a human experience, so yes, human rights are important, and you also have that free will, so to speak. Most people that I have met, clients, customers, people that I meet on the street, by just reading, scanning them, scanning their spiritual body, are really mistreating the rental body. They're misusing it. They don't believe in their own divinity, or they're chasing after things, or they're not eating the right food, or they're not looking at themselves as divine beings. They're partaking in activities and conversations that are not in honor of their divine essence. One of the ways through which people are mistreating the vessel, the magic vessel that they have, and I'm speaking here about women specifically because I don't know I'm not a specialist of male magic. You need to go to a male occultist if you're a man. But as a woman, what we hold as most sacred is our sexuality, our sexual energy. Sexuality is doing magic. It is doing a spell. It is replicating what the cosmic father and cosmic mother have been doing. You need the masculine and feminine in order for alchemy to take place. And even when you do your occult initiations, which has nothing to do with monotheistic religions, which are dogmatic and not empirical, meaning that you never meet the entities that you pray in religion, you're supposed to use your sexual magic to do magic. You're not supposed to give it away unless it is in a sacred embrace. A sacred embrace needs to be approved by the divinity. A sacred embrace needs to be in a claimed manner with a male partner who shows up in your life as holding the roles and responsibilities tied to male divinity, as you show up as a sacred temple holding the powers, duties, and responsibilities of the feminine divinities. So promiscuity and occult spirituality is something that would be discouraged, because every time you have an encounter, sexual encounter with a male partner, you're basically marrying that person spiritually. What does that mean? It means that you're creating ties. You're tying a new cord with that person. Tying the cord to a person means that you are tied to their karma. You are tied to basically every person they have been intimate with. You are tied to their family curses. You are also tied to the egos or demonic entities they come with. So having sex is not just an act of liberation of women. It is an actual pact, a vow that you make. So promiscuity, you understand now, will not be encouraged. In a sense that, imagine a woman having encounter with multiple men and not doing the spiritual rituals to cut the ties, but also cut the ties with the entities to which that person is linked. You're basically accumulating a whole bunch of negative energy. We'll call that energy here. As a human being, women should do whatever they want. They are free, right, to do whatever they want. So that body count thing, if it's something that a woman is proud of, then good for her, because she's exercising her free will. However, spiritually, she becomes a cursed woman, in a sense that she can be the prettiest woman, she can be the nicest woman, she could be a woman who works hard, makes money, all of that, but she's definitely a woman who will not be able to hold on to a sacred relationship. She has too much karma, she has too many curses, too much spiritual baggage. And that's the work that people like me do on a daily basis. When I get clients, for example, who come from my custom potion package, some of the work that I do, the spiritual baths that I'm going to give them and the potion and all of that, takes into account cutting cords, asking divinity permission to say we're starting on a clean slate, cut the cord from her past and make her a new woman, so that she shows up spiritually re-virginized. Is that a word? But that's not what the majority of people are going to do. The majority of people don't even believe in that stuff, right? They go on about life blindly, thinking that men are horrible people for leaving them, or horrible people for judging them. And yes, there are men who are horrible, just like some women are also. From the spiritual occult perspective, you have to understand the responsibility that you have, which is that you need to keep your body a sacred temple, not for the sake of a man, but for the sake of you living your optimal life. Promiscuity is not serving you in that sense, because it's creating a lot of heavy, loaded, disgusting gunk on your system. You're no longer worshiping your goddess. You're no longer worshiping your yoni. You're giving what is most sacred to you freely. There's another element. What actually happens when you partake in a non-sacred intercourse? Which entity come into play? The ones that are the same at distracting you, the ones that are the same out there convincing you that you should give yourself free, that it is your right to be promiscuous because you're free. Who are you selling your freedom to? Who is pumping you like gas and taking that energy? That's basically the question that you should ask yourself. That's the kind of stuff that I talk about in the spiritual membership. If you're interested, start with my book, Addicted to Pleasure, the Goddess Formula to Manifest Our Most Capricious Desires. It's a cheap way to understand what it means to be a divine feminine and operating on what I call the pleasure principle. And if you're a little more ambitious, you sign up for my spiritual membership, so you get to have deep knowledge of that stuff. And if you're a little more ambitious and you really want to enter the realm of the sacred woman, you sign up for my Moaning to Manifest program, which is basically guided work for you. You wake up in the morning, you do your sacred moaning ritual, which is a self-worshipping practice, yoni puja, so to speak, but involving the alignment with your chakras. The moment you're ready to become a potion goddess, really tying everything together and understanding that you were always divinely entitled to live the best life, and cosmic goddesses tied to beauty, sex, love, and prosperity are going to use sacred tools, one of them being potions, sacred rituals, which I talked about, sacred moaning, keeping your body a temple. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope this video found you amazingly well and open to receive, with an open heart tied to divinity. Manifest lavish imperial opulence. I love you and I can't wait to see you soon. Ciao.